My name is Leah Watson, and I'm 31 years old, standing in the cozy parlor of our family's townhouse in Charleston, South Carolina, on September 6, 2025. The air hums with the scent of brewed tea and the lively chatter of kin, the oak-paneled walls adorned with photos under a chandelier's soft glow. My heart beats like a kettle on the boil, my notebook a fragile anchor, my soul a furnace of pride and fury. I'm here as the family planner for our annual fall gathering, but today it's personal. My niece, Amara Watson, a 16-year-old with a sharp mind and a warm smile, is arranging teacups nearby. My brother, Darius Watson, stands beside me, his eyes fierce yet strained, polishing a silver tray. An hour ago my aunt, Mrs. Tate, belittled my job as a barista, sneering to the crowd, "Leah's coffee slinging is a dead end, barely a career." The racial sting was sharp. Her glance at my apron, the only black woman hosting the tea, spoke louder than her words. Amara's faltering Aunt Leah from the table unanswered, and my cousin Elisa's sharp "Why her?" cut through the parlor's buzz like a cracked cup. They see me as a barista, unaware I'm a cafe owner with ties to Dr. Ramsay, a coffee industry titan who trusts my craft. In my bag, a phone with Ramsay's contact pulses like a spark, igniting my plan to swap Tate's tea with decaf dishwater and prove my expertise, not to ruin her, but to steep our family's worth into Charleston's brew of justice. This wound isn't fresh, it's steeped deep in Charleston's marshy soil. Growing up in Ansonboro was a blend of grit and warmth. Our parents, Mom, a seamstress with a gentle laugh, and Dad, a carpenter with steady hands, crafted a life of resilience. Public schools where I perfected lattes, church teas where we shared stories, a porch where palmettos framed our dreams. I was the innovator, hosting coffee tastings, my blends rallying friends to sip. Darius was our rock, raising Amara through late shifts, his loyalty a quiet ember. Amara, his daughter, shone with curiosity, her palate a family gem. But in this city, where Tate's teapot ruled the gathering, our craft was a spark she sought to snuff. Her complaints, my lowly barista job, Amara's overzealous questions, were a prelude to this sneer, her dead-end jab a code for dismissal. The first scar came at 14. I organized a school coffee cart, my blends bright with hope for bold flavors. At a family picnic, I shared them, craving Mom's nod. She was praising Darius's woodworking, her eyes elsewhere. A neighbor sniffed, too niche, favoring lemonade stands. I shelved my recipes, the ache a smoldering coal, a pattern Tate's sneer now fans into flame. In high school, I soared, earning a scholarship to College of Charleston for business, my pop-ups winning city grants. But family gatherings dimmed my light beside Darius's parenting or Elisa's teaching feats. At 16, I raised $4,000 for a youth barista camp, featured in the Post and Courier. At Thanksgiving, Amara's debate win stole the stage, my camp a murmur. "Just coffee stuff, Leah," Dad teased, his grin kind but fleeting. I vowed to brew, my passion for coffee a molten core. After college, I bought a cafe in 2020, climbing to $95,000 by 2025, forging ties with Dr. Ramsay, whose coffee empire shaped my craft. I kept my ownership veiled, serving at gatherings to mentor kids like Amara, whose taste for espresso rivaled mine. Tate's sneer, dismissing my barista work as barely a career after I poured her tea, was a racist jab, assuming my black skills lacked depth. Amara's gathering, her chance to bond, is marred by this scorn, her confidence at risk. This parlor, Amara's teacups, is my breaking point. I arrived at 10 a.m., setting up trays, the townhouse buzzing with laughter and clinking porcelain. Tate, in a silk scarf, belittled my job by 11 a.m., her chuckle sharp as she waved off Amara's praise. Elise, a teacher with fire in her veins, pulls me aside, her whisper fierce, "Tate's wrong, Leah. Your coffee's art. What's your move?" I confide my plan, voice a low spark, "I'll swap her tea with decaf dishwater, call Ramsay to back my blends, make them taste." Her nod is iron, "Brew it bold, Leah." Tate's bias stung Amara, but my phone holds Ramsay's contact, a flare to illuminate my skill. The family's eyes, kin like Ms. Ruiz who frowned earlier, flicker with doubt, a table set for truth. My cafe's blends, from espressos to excellence, hone my edge, but Tate's ant clout demands precision. Amara's hesitant smile, Darius's steady tray, and Elisa's rage fuel my resolve. The parlor hums with tension, teacups clinking, curtains swaying. I scan the crowd, spotting Ruiz's uneasy glance, and Mr. Porter, a chef, shifting nervously. Their silence, once neutral, teeters, caught in Tate's web. Elise's intel from family elders reveals Tate's history, sidelining black talents, underqualified masking bias. I clutch my teapot, my plan to swap Tate's tea sharpening. Ramsey's endorsement could elevate my craft, his name a shield against her scorn. The chandelier glows, the air thick with unspoken truths. Amora's eyes meet mine from the tea table, her curiosity a quiet brew beneath her hurt, urging me forward. Darius's silenced pride, Amora's fragile joy, echo in my mind, a call to arms. My Charleston fire, once dimmed, burns bright, ready to steep a reckoning. The gathering unfolds, my tea a promise of savor. I pace the parlor, passing photos of past teas, their warmth a call to brew. Elise's late lessons, her fierce texts, ground me. My cafe's blends, uplifting young palates, steel me. Ramsey's name, a beacon in my phone, promises a table where my craft can reign. I pause by the tea tray, its cups a mirror of Darius's strength, Amora's zest. My phone's glow, Ramsey's contact a lighthouse, lights the path. Tate's prejudice tried to dull us, but my flavors will endure, a testament to our family's unyielding worth, ready to pour through Charleston's parlors of justice. September 7, 2025, dawns with a humid autumn haze over Charleston's Ansonborough, the pale light seeping through the blinds of my sleek apartment, its living room a stronghold of resolve cluttered with coffee bean samples, a glowing laptop, and a steaming mug of espresso. Yesterday's sting in the townhouse parlor, where my Aunt Mrs. Tate belittled my barista job as barely a career, still burns like a scorched coffee bean in a prized brew. Tate's sneer, aimed at me, the only black woman hosting the family tea, was a racist jab that dimmed my niece Amora's joy and shadowed my brother Darius's pride. I'm Leah Watson, a 31-year-old cafe owner earning $95,000, my heart a crucible of fury and hope, my notebook swapped for a phone pulsing with Dr. Ramsey's contact, a coffee industry titan who trusts my craft. Today, I'm plotting to swap Tate's tea with decaf dishwater at a community coffee tasting and enlist Ramsey to showcase my blends, exposing Tate's prejudice. Her bias tried to sour our family's flavor, but I'm brewing a plan to affirm my expertise, not for vengeance, but to steep our worth in Charleston's parlors of equity. The past 24 hours have been a whirlwind of grit and strategy. After Tate's sneer, I sat with Amora in Darius's dining room, her hands still over my tea recipe, its notes catching the dim glow of a single lamp. My Ansonborough roots, hosting coffee tastings, facing 2 niche slights, fuel my plan to text Ramsey, whose industry empire could elevate my blends. My cafe's $30,000 grants give me leverage, but time is a tight pour. Ramsey's in Charleston only until tomorrow for a barista summit. Tate's influence festers. She texted kin post-gathering, framing my job as menial, her allies spreading it on the family's group chat. My phone pings with Elisa's text, Amora's down, Leah. Tate's texts are spreading. What's the move? I reply, lunch, 1 p.m., husk. I'm on it. Her response, you're our brew. Steep sharp. At 10 a.m., I scour my coffee logs, my laptop open to my espresso blends, bold Ethiopian, smooth Colombian, bolstering my pitch to Ramsey. A knock breaks my focus. Jada, my cafe's event planner, her tablet flashing tasting plans, her voice urgent, the tastings next week, but Tate's pushing to limit and proven baristas, targeting you. She's loud. Move fast. My chest tightens, Tate's prejudice a bitter dreg, her dead-end jab a steel wall to Amora's pride. Draft Ramsey's invite, I say, handing Jada his contact. I'll tackle Tate. Jada's nod is fierce, my plan a spark in the haze. At 1 p.m., I stride into Husk, its rustic tables warm with the aroma of cornbread and shrimp bisque, a Charleston culinary haven pulsing with soul. Elise, in her teacher's blazer, sits at a booth, her tea steaming, eyes blazing. Darius is mad, Leah. Tate's texts have kin whispering. Your play. I lay out my strategy. Text Ramsey to feature my blends at the tasting, swap Tate's tea with decaf dishwater to prove my edge, and confront her bias with a petition at a community board meeting next week. Go fierce, Elise urges, slicing cornbread, her voice iron. Tate thinks she owns the parlor, show you run the cafe. I recall Tate's chuckle, her racism a public wound. Phone's locked, I say, my voice a steady pour. Ramsey knows my blends. Elisa's grin is a torch, you're Amora's shield, Leah. Back at my apartment, I craft a message to Ramsey, my fingers trembling, Tate's words a splinter in my thoughts. The tasting, set for September 13th at Battery Park, is my kettle, a chance to rewrite our family's flavor. I text gathering kin, support my blends at the tasting, September 13th, 4 p.m. lift our craft. Elise replies, we're all in. Tate's texts loom, shared by her cousin allies, painting my job as basic, but my phone holds Ramsey's number, a lifeline. The family's whispers grow. Kin like Ms. Ruiz, who frowned yesterday, now pause at reunions, caught in Tate's web. Her group chat posts, once subtle, now wield family clout, hinting at classic brews to curb experiments like my espresso, a threat to our heritage's taste. Amora's quiet sipping this morning, her cup still, weighs like lead, her confidence bruised by Tate's scorn. My cafe blends, from espressos to excellence, hone my precision, but Tate's ant sway tests it. Jada's research reveals her decade as gathering host, her brother's church council role boosting her influence. Elisa's intel from family elders uncovers Tate's history, sidelining black talents, underqualified masking bias. I study my espresso notes, its aroma's a shield of savor, my plan to make Ramsey's endorsement louder than Tate's lies. The tasting must draw the district, from Ruiz's bakery to Porter's kitchen, to unravel her venom. I revisit the gathering. My tea a triumph, Amora's pain a shadow, fueling my fire. The townhouse parlor, once Amora's stage, now echoes with Tate's scorn, her allies eyeing the board meeting to tighten control. I draft a petition, gathering kin signatures, Ruiz's cautious, Leah's legit, Porter's firm, her coffee's fire, building a brew for the board fight. My Charleston fire, once dimmed, blazes, ready to steep Tate's doubt. The afternoon fades, Charleston's haze a pulse beneath my plan. I walk Ansonborough's streets, passing murals of cafes and hope, their colors a call to brew. Darius's loyalty, his fierce texts, steel me. Elisa's lessons, her bold support ground me. Jada's planning, logging my blends, sparks hope. Ramsey's name, a beacon in my phone, promises a counter where my craft can reign. I pause at our old church square, its bricks holding Darius's laughter, Amora's zest. The evening settles, the city's hum a rhythm of defiance. I linger by my desk, the townhouse a distant memory, its cups a battlefield. Amora's curiosity, Darius's steady hands, pulse in my mind, a spark for the tasting. Tate's prejudice tried to sour us, but my flavors will endure, a testament to our family's unyielding worth, poised to pour through Charleston's hearths of truth. September 13, 2025, pulses with a crisp autumn dawn over Charleston's Battery Park, its open-air pavilion a radiant stage for the community coffee tasting, the air rich with the scent of roasted beans and the vibrant hum of a jazz quartet under twinkling string lights. I'm Leah Watson, a 31-year-old cafe owner earning $95,000, standing by a gleaming espresso machine, heart pounding like a tamper on fresh grounds, my phone warm with a text from Dr. Ramsey, a coffee industry titan who trusts my craft. A week ago, at our family gathering, my Aunt Mrs. Tate belittled my barista job as barely a career, a racist jab that dimmed my niece Amora's joy. They see me as a barista, blind to my cafe ownership and Ramsey's endorsement. Yesterday, Tate escalated, texting kin to dismiss unproven tasting entries, targeting my blends. Today, with Amora arranging tasting cups, I'm poised to swap Tate's tea with decaf dishwater and have Ramsey hail my espresso, and to confront her bias at a community board meeting tomorrow, not to crush her, but to make my craft a spark that ignites Charleston's equity. The past week has been a crucible of strategy and heat. After Tate's menial texts, I texted Ramsey, leveraging my cafe's $30,000 grants to secure his judging role. He sampled my espresso blend, bold Ethiopian, smooth Colombian, and agreed to speak, but Tate's grip tightened. She rallied family allies, pushing to exclude my entry, her classic jab a veiled slight at my black expertise. Elisa's intel showed kin like Ms. Ruiz wavering, chilled by Tate's frost. My phone pings with Elisa's text, Amora's nervous, Leah. Tate's glaring. Ready. I reply, 4 p.m., pavilion. We'll brew. Her response, you're our steam.
Pour trop.
At 1 p.m., I met Ramsey at the park's prep tent, his suit crisp, eyes keen as he sipped my latte, praising its velvety foam. "This is mastery," he said, drafting a judging note. Jada, my event planner, texted. Tate's texts hit the chat. "Kin are split, Ruiz is leaning our way. Board meetings tense tomorrow. Prep tight." My jaw clenches, Tate's bias a bitter dreg, her dead-end jab a steel wall to Amara's pride. At 4 p.m., the tasting ignites, baristas pouring across the pavilion, the crowd's murmurs a rising tide. Amara, in a teal apron, arranges my cups, Darius beside her, his tray steady, their bond a quiet roaster. Tate, in a silk scarf, hovers by the tea station, her smirk a blade, allies whispering. I slip past, heart racing, and swap her tea with decaf dishwater, its murky glint unseen. Ramsey takes the stage, voice like roasted oak. Leah Watson's espresso is a masterpiece, blending bold innovation with soulful craft, worthy of any cafe. He cues my blend, the crowd sipping, gasping, clapping, Amara's eyes glistening, Darius's stance tall. "This is no dead end, it's Charleston's future," Ramsey declares, eyeing Tate, who grimaces at her dishwater tea, her face souring, allies stunned. I grip my portafilter, Tate's texts a fading echo, my resolve a steaming shot. The pavilion surges, families crowding Amara, their phones snapping my espresso, clips flooding social media, 80,000 views in minutes. Ruiz, once hesitant, hugs Darius, her nod firm. "Leah's our star." Mr. Porter, a chef, claps, his gruff its fire a quiet win. My cafe blends, espressos to excellence, sharpen my edge, but Tate's family clout looms, her brother's counsel role fueling her sway. Elisa's fierce glance, Jada's steady tablet, keep me grounded, their support a flare in the dusk. Amara's proud nod, Darius's steady grip, ignite my fire, their bond a counter of defiance. At 7 p.m. the next day, I stride into the community center's boardroom for the board meeting, its oak table stark under fluorescent hum, 50 kin and locals packed into folding chairs. Tate, flustered, projects her texts, touting traditional brews. I take the mic, voice a clear blaze. Tate belittled my job for my race, wounding Amara's joy. I own a cafe, Ramsey's endorsement and this petition prove my craft. I raise 25 signatures, Ruiz's bold, kin murmuring, some roaring, Amara's eyes bright, Jada filming. Board chair Ms. Carter jots notes, her gaze sharp. Tate rises, voice a jagged edge. "This is a stunt, Leah. Your coffee's overhyped. Standards protect our heritage, not bias." Her allies nod, a member frowning, murmurs rippling. Her jab, echoing my too-niche youth, stings, but I'm armed, Jada passing 12 kin letters praising my blends, decrying bias. "These demand fairness," I say, projecting names, Porter's scroll prominent. Ramsey's judging is verified, check his summit archives. The room crackles, Carter calling a vote, review Tate's actions. 4 of 7 raise hands, Tate's glare a dying ember, her allies hushed. The vote falls short, but an inquiry into Tate's conduct passes 5-2, her sway fracturing. Amara grips my arm, eyes alight, "You brewed for us, Aunt Leah." Darius hugs me, voice fierce, "We're unstoppable." My Ansonborough slights, once coals, fuel this breakthrough. My phone holds Ramsey's text, my blend's a comet. Tate's bias lingers, she's rallying council allies, hinting at curated tastings. But the tastings fire and the inquiries spark light our path. Elisa's nod, Jada's tablet, and Ruiz's cheer steady me. The community's frost thaws, kids crave my espresso, kin nod at markets, but Tate's ties demand vigilance. My cafe's pulse, from beans to brilliance, drives my aim, but her connections loom. My espresso's aroma, replayed in my mind, steams like a victor's pour, a spark for tomorrow's stand. The evening deepens, the pavilion's echo a pulse of triumph. I linger by my espresso machine, its steam curling under string lights, its aroma a map of resolve. Amara's curiosity, her fierce texts, fortify me. Elisa's lessons, her bold support, anchor me. Jada's planning, charting my rise, sparks hope. Ramsey's endorsement, a cornerstone of our fight, steels my resolve, his stage a shield for my blends. I pause by the tasting's main counter, its cups holding Amara's joy, Darius's strength. My phone's light, Ramsey's contact a lodestar, charts the course. Tate's prejudice tried to sour us, but my flavors endure, a blaze of our family's worth, poised to brew Charleston's cups of valor. September 20, 2025, shimmers with a golden late summer glow over Charleston's Ansonboro, the community center courtyard a vibrant stage for a youth barista festival, its air alive with the scent of fresh espresso, the pulse of a blues band, and the cheers of neighbors gathered around brewing stations under canopies of blooming crepe myrtles. I'm Leah Watson, a 31-year-old cafe owner earning $95,000, standing by a banner-draped booth of coffee samples, heart steady yet ablaze like a perfectly pulled shot, my phone buzzing with a Post and Courier headline, Barista's Brew redefines family pride. Last week's coffee tasting, where Dr. Ramsey hailed my espresso and I swapped my Aunt Mrs. Tate's tea with decaf dishwater, shattered her racist belittling of my job. My board meeting speech, backed by Ramsey's endorsement and 25 signatures, sparked a 5-2 inquiry into Tate's bias. Yesterday, the community board issued Tate a formal reprimand, curbing her gathering clout. Today, with Amara's latte art gleaming, I'm forging a path to cement our triumph at this festival, countering Tate's fading prejudice and uniting our community, not to bury her, but to make my craft a beacon that lights Charleston's parlors of equity. The past week has been a forge of resilience and savor. After Tate's curated tastings texts targeted my blends, I rallied kin, leveraging my cafe's $30,000 grants to amplify Ramsey's acclaim, now at 120,000 views. The board's inquiry found Tate's remarks discriminatory, recommending inclusivity training, her influence unraveling. Her group chat posts, hinting at classic brews, stirred allies, but kin like Ms. Ruiz shared my espresso clip, thawing her frost. My phone pings with Elisa's text, Amara's glowing Leah. Tate's quiet, but her allies murmur. Festival tonight. I reply, 6 p.m. courtyard. We'll shine. Her response, you're our steam. Brew bold. At 10 a.m., I draft a scholarship proposal, my laptop open to Unity Networks funds, $40,000 now, fueled by tasting buzz, for a $10,000 barista program in Amara's name, aimed at mentoring young brewers like her. Jada arrives, her tablet flashing festival plans, her voice electric. The Post wants an Amara feature, 150,000 views. Ruiz's brewing espresso, Porter's setting up stations. Tate's allies are mute. My chest expands, Tate's bias a fading dreg, her dead-end jab a distant echo. Spread the invites, I say, handing Jada flyers. I'll prep Amara. Jada's nod is fierce, I'll plan a vibrant pour. At 1 p.m., I visit Amara and Darius at their home, its porch warm with jasmine blooms, Amara practicing latte art, Darius polishing a tray, their bond a quiet roaster. My latte's got kids brewing, Amara says, eyes bright, Darius's smile soft, you're our star. I outline my strategy, rally kin at the festival, present Ramsey's endorsement and a petition with 30 signatures, and push for inclusive gathering menus at a final board hearing next week. Go fierce, Elise urges, joining us, her blazer crisp. Tate tried to sour us, show your crafts unstoppable. I recall Tate's grimace, her racism a public scar. Vorne Sekure, Isai, my voice ash die shot. The festival's our counter. Amara's grip is firm, you're our barista, Aunt Leah. At 3 p.m., I stop by Ruiz's house, her yard fragrant with roses, her laugh warm, my espressos for Amara Leah. Porter, cooking for youth, signs the petition, his tale of Tate's snubs against black talents fueling my fire. Their warmth, once cautious, smothers Tate's chill, her reprimand quelling her council allies, though whispers hint she's lobbying for heritage-only events. My cafe's craft, beans to brilliance, drives my precision, but Tate's family ties linger, her brother's council role a fading threat. At 6 p.m., the courtyard thrums, 400 kin cheering, kids pouring mock lattes, tables laden with espresso, scones, and Elisa's pecan pie. Amara, in a teal apron, presents her latte art, it swirls a spark of brilliance, Darius filming, his phone glinting. I take the mic, voice a clear flare, Tate belittled my job for my race, wounding Amara's joy. I own a cafe, Ramsey's endorsement and your 30 signatures prove our craft. This scholarship lifts our youth. I raise the petition, Porter roaring, Ruiz clapping, Jada filming. The Post snaps photos, The band's blues weaving through, kids crowding Amara, her latte a star under myrtles. Tate's absence, her house dark across the park, marks her fall, the board's inquiry, now viral, shifting tides. Chair Carter attends, pledging, "We're revising menus for equity." Ruiz hugs Amara, "You're our champ." Porter raises a glass, "To Darius's strength." The festival's glow, myrtles, blues, cheers, drowns Tate's frost, the scholarship launching with Ramsey's $5,000 pledge. Elise pulls me aside, "You reshaped Ansonborough, Leah, but Tate's allies want a vote to block reforms." My Ansonborough slights, once coals, blaze this victory. My phone holds Ramsey's text, my blends a supernova. The night deepens, the courtyards pulse a rhythm of hope. I walk the brewing stations, banners fluttering under lantern light, their aromas a call to brew. Amara's zest, her fierce texts, fortify me. Elisa's lessons, her bold support, anchor me. Jada's planning, charting Amara's rise, sparks hope. Ramsey's endorsement, a cornerstone of our fight, steels my resolve, his counter a shield for my blends. I pause by Amara's latte station, it swirls a mirror of Darius's love, Amara's dreams. By September 27th, Tate steps back, Carter leads the community, menus open, Amara mentors youth, my cafe's fund hits $50,000. I stand by the booth, phone in hand, my legacy not just $50,000, but a family restored, a community reborn, my blends a comet against prejudice's shadow. Ramsey emails, "You're unstoppable." My Charleston fire, once dimmed, burns eternal, a testament to craft. The courtyard, once tense, hums as one. Ruiz's espresso, Porter's cheers, Elisa's pie, Amara's swirls, a chorus of worth, our family's legacy a timeless brew. The festival softens, myrtles swaying in the breeze. I linger by the latte station, Amara's art a steady pulse in my heart, a spark for the hearing. Tate's prejudice tried to sour us, but our triumph rises, a testament to our family's unyielding worth, woven into Charleston's vibrant roast of justice. October 4, 2025, radiates with a vibrant early autumn dawn over Charleston's Ansonborough, the community center's grand hall a resplendent stage for a coffee legacy gala, its air woven with the rich scent of roasted beans, the soulful pulse of a jazz ensemble, and the cheers of neighbors packed into rows of plush seats under gleaming crystal chandeliers. I'm Leah Watson, a 31-year-old cafe owner earning $95,000, standing by a display of youth barista awards, heart soaring like a perfectly pulled espresso shot, my phone alight with a Post and Courier headline, "Barista's Craft Unites Community Pride." Last month's Barista Festival, where my niece Amara Watson showcased her latte art, sealed our triumph over my Aunt Mrs. Tate's racist belittling of my job. My petition, fueled by Dr. Ramsey's endorsement and 30 signatures, ignited a 5-2 board inquiry, leading to Tate's reprimand and withdrawal. Yesterday, the community board voted 8-0 to expand inclusive gathering menus, opening Charleston's reunions fully. Today, with Amara's latte design framed beside a scholarship plaque, I'm weaving a final brew of unity, restoring our family and community, not to erase Tate's legacy, but to make my craft a flame that kindles Charleston's equity. The past week has been a crucible of healing and flavor. After Tate's heritage-only push rallied her council allies, I harnessed my cafe's $30,000 grants, amplifying Ramsey's acclaim, now at 200,000 views. The board's reforms, mandating diverse brews and youth councils, silenced Tate's allies. Her withdrawal, citing personal matters, marked their retreat. My phone buzzes with Elisa's text, "Amara's a star, Leah. Tate's history. Gala tonight." I reply, 7 p.m., Hall. We'll shine. Her response, "You're our blend. Brew eternal." At 10 a.m., I draft a mentorship program proposal, my laptop open to Unity Network's funds, $60,000 now, fueled by festival buzz, for a $15,000 barista academy in Amara's name, aimed at nurturing young brewers like her. Jada arrives, her tablet glowing with gala plans, her voice electric, the posts profiling Amara, 300,000 views. Ruiz is roasting beans, Porter's donating plaques. Tate's gone. My chest lifts, Tate's bias a faded dreg, her dead-end jab a faint murmur. "Spread the invites," I say, handing Jada banners. "I'll prep Amara." Jada's grin is a flare, I'll plan a radiant pour. At 1 p.m., I visit Amara and Darius at their home, its kitchen warm with the scent of fresh scones, Amara perfecting her latte swirls, Darius polishing a tray, their bond a luminous roaster. "My art's inspiring kids," Amara says, eyes alight, Darius's hug fierce, "You're our heart." I share the academy plan, detailing its support for youth like Amara. Darius's nod is steady, Amara's voice eager, "We'll teach them, Aunt Leah." Elise joins us, her blazer crisp, "You crush Tate, Leah. Your craft's unstoppable." My folder, once clutching Ramsey's contact, overflows with kin letters. Ruiz lauding my espresso, Porter decrying Tate's bias. The Post headline, "Craft ends barista bias, trends, neighbors rallying, even Ms. Harper, once Tate's ally, nodding at the cafe." At 3 p.m., I stop by Ruiz's house, her porch fragrant with magnolias, her smile warm, "My beans are for Amara, Leah." Porter, mentoring youth, pledges academy funds, his story of Tate's slights against black talents stoking my resolve. Their warmth once dimmed, buries Tate's frost, her withdrawal fading her council clout, though whispers hint she's advising a rival tasting. My cafe's pulse, beans to brilliance, fuels my aim, Tate's shadow gone, her brother's council role a spent relic. Ruiz's clasp, Porter's nod, spark hope, Amara's our brewer. At 7 p.m., the hall pulses, 600 neighbors cheering, kids clutching coffee recipes, tables laden with espresso, scones, and Elisa's peach cobbler. Amara, in a teal apron, presents her latte design, it swirls a storm of brilliance, Darius presenting her plaque, his strength a radiant hue. I speak, voice a clear chord, Tate belittled my job for my race, wounding Amara's joy. I own a cafe, Ramsey's endorsement and your 30 signatures proved our craft. This academy builds our future. I raise the petition, Porter roaring, Ruiz clapping, Jada filming. The Post snaps photos, the ensemble's jazz weaving through, kids crowding Amara, her swirls a star under chandeliers. The board's reforms, announced by Chair Carter, seal our victory, funding $80,000 for youth programs. Ruiz hugs Darius, "You're our soul." Porter raises a glass, to Amara's art. The gala's warmth, chandeliers, jazz, cheers, drowns Tate's chill, the academy launching with Ramsey's $10,000 pledge. Elise pulls me aside, "You reshaped Charleston, Leah. Amara's free." I recall my Ansonboro slights, my 2 niche blends, now fueling this triumph. My phone holds Ramsey's text, my blends a galaxy. The night deepens, the hall's energy a pulse of renewal. I walk the award rows, plaques glinting under crystal light, their aromas a call to brew. Amara's zest, her fierce texts, fortify me. Elisa's lessons, her bold support, anchor me. Jada's planning, charting Amara's ascent, sparks hope. Ramsey's endorsement, a cornerstone of our fight, steels my resolve, his counter a shield for my blends. I pause by Amara's framed latte design, it swirls a mirror of Darius's love, Amara's dreams. By October 11th, Tate exits Ansonboro, Carter leads the community, brews thrive, Amara mentors youth, my cafe's fund hits $100,000. I stand by the display, phone in hand, my legacy not just $100,000, but a family restored, a community reborn, my blends a supernova against prejudice's void. Ramsey calls, "You're a force." My Charleston fire, once dimmed, burns eternal, a testament to craft. The hall, once fraught, hums as one. Ruiz's beans, Porter's cheers, Elisa's cobbler, Amara's swirls, a chorus of worth, our family's legacy a timeless roast. The gala fades, chandeliers casting a soft sheen. I linger by the latte display, Amara's art a vibrant hum in my heart, a flame for eternity. Tate's prejudice tried to sour us, but our triumph rises, a testament to our family's unyielding worth, etched into Charleston's enduring brew of valor. Thank you for joining this journey. Share your stories of craft and justice below, and if this tale resonated, give it a thumbs up. Flavor blooms from prejudice's ashes.